Lee, the Sammys and Beer podcast, live here on this Whiskey Wednesday. We appreciate you all so much for stopping by. We've got a great show ahead for you. Lots of fun, entertainment, lots of good things to talk about. I had some fun stuff that we did last weekend. So, with me, as always, is the ever brown Tomas Rincon. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, my favorite sport? What's that? Oh, it's sevens though. It's not real rugby. 15, 15s. It's a big difference. Like, would you consider seven-man football? I mean, if you went out and played soccer, how many people are normally on a soccer pitch? 15? 11, 12? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the women's bronze medal place game where we beat Australia. Mhm, 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 mhm. Yes, yes. Yeah, I got some like I said, I had a busy last weekend with some fun stuff that I want to, see if I was the asshole. Um, Probably. Yeah, I thought I'd, get the Blanton's out. I haven't had it since the first night I opened it. So, um, but yeah, let's just get into it, take a shot, and, we can get to some conversations. I got one. I'll go. So I think I do this one every year, and I think you've called me out for like supporting myself, but I think it's a crucial role um, in the lives of our young people. So this shot is to all the parents out there that coach youth sports. Um, it is a very time committed thing, a very not easy thing, and you can really tell the difference with good coaches and bad coaches. And good coaches are hard to come by. So, cheers to everybody that steps up to help the kids progress in life. Nope, nope. Uh huh. All right. Peace tree. Yeah, it's good. No, I don't mind that. No, I enjoy it. It's just I know how much the bottle was, so it's like not something I try to consistently drink. I'm saving it for the right occasions and stuff. And yeah, so yeah, okay, okay. So I'm going to change this up a little bit before we get into who my favorite Olympian is. And I'm going to ask the question to you: are the Olympics outdated? Are they relevant anymore? Are they? How? Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah, like in most of it. But I, we don't, like, have you seen like some of the horrendous, like, the bodybuilders are on like these cardboard mattresses or cardboard beds that look like, I think it's more than that, but I, no. No, I think it's like 100 or 200,000 if they win gold. I mean, they can get sponsorships and stuff like that. There's some of them that, do find other avenues, but at the exact same time, I mean, it is really a rich person's, unless you're a natural. But I also find it super funny, like the women's ping pong I was watching. Uh, the girl who was competing was Chinese. She was American because her parents brought her over here when she was a kid. But I mean, she was Chinese. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, it's just, I find it so funny. I'm like, how are we really like, a lot of things are so mixed now. Yeah. But I also really couldn't care any less to watch our men's basketball team. Like, there's nobody that really even competes against them. Like, you took the best of the best and like, but then they tried to also cram it in, like, the good, like, I enjoy watching soccer, but they play so many games in such a short a time. Like, that's where, like, the FIFA World Cup is so much of a better showcase for it. That's why I think the Olympics are just, I mean, they're outdated because, I mean, who's getting on? How many people give a fuck about gymnastics other than going and watching the Americans destroy another team? Also, hello, hello to the OK a streamer who has tuned in live. Yeah, no, no, there was a 42-year-old table tennis lady from Liberia, Libya, something like that. Mhm. Well, not most of them aren't lifting 800 pounds anyway. That's because it would be too hard to play. But then, like, but rugby, like, they have to condense it down to sevens, and it's like, I don't know. Exactly. But there's a reason they don't have their own platform, because 'cause they're fucking boring. Yeah, dude showed up without any ear protection, eye protection, just showed up with a gun and fucking a pair of glasses. Yeah. Unless you're Michael Phelps. He swam for his that has the most gold medals in Olympic history. Smoke pot. I don't know. But like, the only reason I mean, not the only reason that he was, but you can't tell me that he didn't have parents who were able to spend a ton of money. So, like so then what you're saying is we're giving a bunch of rich kids the opportunity to go showcase these skills before they have to go live their life of luxury off of their parents' money. I would say college football is way different. There's a lot of kids that get pulled up into college. Yeah. Who's your favorite Olympic athlete of all time? I don't who's Lee Dawkins? What did Lee Dawkins do? For? You don't even know the why is he your favorite? Like, you don't even know what sport he competed in. As in what? Like, are they a group of people who gather together and compete? Yes, they 100% are. That's like asking, are the Paralympics Olympics? That seems about your style. No, they're not. I think they do the Special Olympics every year. Yeah. Do you think as much doinking goes on at the Special Olympics as at the regular Olympics? No, I would love to go to one though. Yeah, he's gonna be around here. Brad something. I bet he is. Well, I mean, I'm sure as a little dude, I bet it's this not the case for the little women, but as a little dude, it's got to probably be pretty hard to get laid. I mean, oh, yep. Um, I would say mine is probably Tanya Harding. Um, yep, yep. Well, Tanya Harding was the one who hired somebody to slash the knees of her top competitor, uh, Nancy Kerrigan, and got busted for it. That was like that. She was willing to inflict bodily harm on somebody else. Hmm. Oh, I guarantee it. Well, and like all the Russians with all their PED stuff and yeah. Did you know the 2028 Summer Olympics are in Los Angeles this next in 4 years? I looked it up. My kids want to go. I'm like, I don't want to go to Los Angeles in the first place, let alone go there when the rest of the world is going to be there. Yeah, that was pooping. They were pooping. Yeah, because did you see why? Well, because like their head people were like, "Oh no, we're gonna." They spent like millions of dollars, and they're like, "We're gonna prove that it's sanitary. On this day, we're gonna go swim in the river." And so they coordinated it enough to where they had like timers set up. So if you lived north of the city 10 miles, they were like, you need to poop in the river at this time. And if you live 20 miles, you need to do it at this time. So when they got in, they were going to just have it flooded with shit. No, I get it. Like, I think that's awesome. But at the exact same time, like, you're just polluting your own river. Yeah. Well, you can recover from the bubonic plague. Yeah. It's that is really funny. Mhm. Instead of the Boston Tea Party, it was the Paris Poop Party. No. Yeah, I believe it. I just wonder how much if there's a profit turned. I mean, obviously some businesses turn a profit, but like overall with how much they spend to have the Olympics, like a lot of these countries will like build facilities and like do all this extra shit for it to host it because there's certain things that I think you have to like have and do and like whether they actually make money off of it or not. I don't know. I don't know. I'd watch that. I don't know if I volunteer, but or like 5v5 cage fighting. I agree. Yeah, I think it would be as well. What's your favorite? Which do you prefer, summer or winter Olympic? Winter? But really unsafe. Mhm. Like what? Bobsledding? We're not good bobsledders. That's Jamaica. Mhm. You never seen Cool Runnings? No? You should check it out. You know, my brother-in-law got, because he loves snowboarding. He has a one wheel, and he said that is the closest thing that he's ever found to snowboarding, and he fucking cruises on that thing everywhere. Yep, they're expensive. They're like 1,500 bucks. But he, like I said, he rides that fucking thing everywhere. Nice. Yeah, I've never snowboarded or skied down a hill, so kind of like riding a bike. Yeah. Mhm. I'm surprised that wrestling is a summer Olympic sport. I thought for sure that'd be. It's a winter sport. At least it is here. I don't think anybody ever did it naked. Mm. It's one of my greatest fears is somebody breaking into the house when I'm in the shower and I have to fight them naked. Yeah. I'm not willing to risk that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Mhm. Okay, okay, okay. I got well, I mean, obviously, the most crucial part of that whole thing then is the sauce, because ramen noodles are just noodles at that point. So, I mean, making a nice teriyaki garlic. I don't like the soup. A glazed noodle. I don't like the soup style ramen. Yeah, with a over like a poached egg on top, some sesame, some sesame. I prefer it with, some fried chicken, some chicken, fried shrimp, you know. I don't like really steak with my ramen or like beef. It's more of a light meat. I could do pork. Pork's a light meat. Yeah. Mm, nah, no, I'm gonna disagree with you there. I'm gonna disagree with you there because like some people aren't into cooking for one, and so they just like simple foods because they've got better things that they want to spend their time doing and not worrying about nourishment and eating good food. It's not necessarily that they're boring. And some people, you know what I'm saying though? Like there's plenty of people who are just, it's like, hey, I'm eating because I have to keep my body fueled to keep going. And so whatever I have to do is what I'm going to do, you know. And there's some people who given the opportunity love to be creative with food. Mhm. Yeah, was mine simple? Mhm. Yeah, which I also probably like I wouldn't choose ramen to eat if I had a bunch of shit in the kitchen. Mm, I don't know. I make all my own foods that I enjoy. Like it's weird to say, but like the foods that I enjoy most are generally the ones that I make. Well, but what I'm saying, like even compared to like going out to a restaurant or, there's like a couple places that I've found that make like a better steak than I do, but for the most part, I like how I cook a steak. Um, the ribs that I make, I think are hands down better than anybody else's that I get at a restaurant. Yeah. Um, so it's not a bad meal. How is it not that healthy? I mean, it's just meat and cheese. Yeah, I think vegetables are overrated. They're overrated. All right. So do you want to play Am I the Asshole? Okay. I'll spit my gum out. I also have been trying TikTok trends. So I got the Neurogum. It has vitamin B6, vitamin B12, L-theanine, and natural caffeine. Theanine. Oh, well, it's also got 80 milligrams of natural caffeine. Oh, hmm, nice. I saw they've been pushing it big. I actually, Bobby Lee was on Joe Rogan and they were talking about it. And then of course, everybody on and their mother started trying to sell it on the TikTok shop. So I get fucking 18 ads for it a day. There you go. Okay. So last weekend, we had a fun weekend. We went down to Kansas City, went to a baseball game. It was my kid's first time ever going to a Major League Baseball game. We saw the Royals and the Cubbies play. Um, we're big Cubs fans in our house. So, which first of all, I was super surprised how many Cubs fans were at this stadium. Like, I bet it was 50-50. It was it was cool how many Cubs fans there were there. We got tickets, they were pretty good seats, about 25 rows up on the third base side, right behind the dugout. Yeah, yeah, really good seats. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we spent a pretty penny on them. We figured, we don't go to a professional game very often, so let's get some good seats and have some fun. Well, one of the perks of being in a good seat. So, first thing, this was funny as fuck. There was a guy, he was a row behind us, and on the other side of the aisle, probably 10 chairs away from me. And you know how they do the t-shirt cannons. They got the girls down throwing t-shirts, and then we're a little ways further up. So they've got their mascots shooting t-shirts. This guy's wearing a Cubs shirt. Obviously, it's a Royals thing. And they shoot up a t-shirt, and it falls and lands right in front of this guy. And he buffles it, and it falls down, and the guy in front of him grabs it. And this dude starts swearing, fuck, fuck, and is furious. And this is a grown man with his girlfriend, just livid over losing out on a free t-shirt. This dude was such a baseball nerd. He was keeping track of this, like the tabs on the game. Have you ever kept score in a baseball game? You ever seen that done? Well, there's proper ways that you do it where like you keep track of each batter, like where they get to, and it's fairly complicated. Like if I was to say to you F6, would you know what that means? F F6 is a fly to third base. Each base has a number, and so they keep track of a lot of stats. And this guy was so mad about losing a free Kansas City Royals T-shirt. I thought it was fucking funny. At one point, he even said "fuck him" to the guy that got it, which I I just I was laughing my ass off. I'm just like, why is this guy so mad over a free T-shirt? Well, and he's a Cubs fan, and it's a Royals shirt. So, like we're at Wrigley. Okay, I can maybe see getting a little more upset because you're a Cubs fan and it's a Cubs shirt. But so I thought that was funny. But so we get into the game. We're probably fifth or sixth inning, and generally in a game like that, if they hit the ball out for the third out, they'll bring it in and give it to a kid. Well, how Royals have it, and I think a lot of major leagues teams now have the net that starts at home plate and goes all the way down. Like it used to like stop like at the dugout, but people were getting hurt. So now the net goes all the way down the foul line. So the Cubs got the out for the third out, and they're bringing it in, and the shortstop grabs it, and throws it up over the fence. Throws it. I don't know if he saw Jackson, who he saw, but he threw it right to us. And I'm sitting on the aisle. Jackson's to my right, and then Lincoln, and then my wife. And I see this ball coming, and I look up and I'm like, fuck yeah, we're getting a ball. So I step over kind of into the aisle. I reach up, and it literally, had I had my glove on, it was like perfect web catch, but I didn't have my glove on. So it hits me right here, right dead center of the ball, hits right on my hand and kind of drops. And I don't know where this lady came from because obviously I wasn't expecting this ball to get thrown. And all of a sudden, there's a lady behind me that's kind of like spilled her drink on me. Like she must have been walking down and didn't see me come out or something. And so I kind of grabbed her and helped her get up from falling. And I'm like, oh, are you okay? And all of a sudden, the people behind us are like, hey, he got the ball. And I look over and there is Lincoln. Just got the ball, super big smile on his face. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. The guys behind us, they were Royals fans. They were super pumped for him. Everybody around us is pumped. And I'm like, oh, that was awesome. Cool. Right? So a minute later, all of a sudden I kind of look to my left, and the gal that's sitting on the other side of the stairs from me looks and she goes, you're going to look at me and not even apologize? I'm like, apologize? For what? What did I do? She's like, oh, whatever. And just starts. And apparently she was upset that we got that ball because I was taller than her, obviously. So I reached up and I must have stopped it from getting to her. And she's like, I'm glad you got the ball. Looked at the kid. He's like, I'm glad you got the ball. I'm glad he got the ball. I'm glad he got the ball. And I'm like, sorry, I don't know what you're so mad about. So my question is do you think there's proper etiquette when a ball is thrown in the air like that? What is it? Yeah, yeah. That's I was getting it for them. Like I wasn't. If I had caught it, I wasn't keeping the ball. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty rare to get a game like that. I mean, he's hopefully treasures that for a long time. Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. It's something cool. Like we were gonna try and get it signed, but we were in opposing stadiums, so the Cubs players aren't coming out. But my wife's convinced that we're driving 10 hours to Chicago next year to watch the Cubs play. So maybe we can do it then. I just I was super dumbfounded by it. Like, and then it was really funny then after that because then they came in for the next inning and they were gonna throw the ball, and the guy that she was with was like, "Throw that fucking ball over there. We don't want that shit over here." He was not happy. Like I said, I was super confused by it. Yeah, no, yeah, I thought it was funny. I don't know who the fuck that is. Huh? I don't watch duck videos on TikTok. I know I understand why you like it. That I don't. I'm not into that kind of stuff, so that's why I probably haven't watched it. You know a lot about this guy. Is that really being generous, or is that just buying your parents nice stuff? Because you've listed that he retired his dad early and bought his mom a Corvette. Like, that's not being okay, that's being generous. Buying shit for your parents is not really being generous. Do you ever wonder how much of that shit is set up? Because he found him lost? Duck sanctuaries? Yeah. You're, like, saying it's like, we need to save the ducks. Like, are we worried about ducks going extinct? Who's worried? Why? They're born from eggs. Yes, I'm aware of how ducks are born. Or I don't wanna talk to you about bird sex. I don't it's bird sex, yes. I get it. I still won't give a fuck then. No. Yeah, duck wings are delicious. That's weird that you like them so much, but then you're willing to eat them. So what's the line there? Like, why like ducks so much but not willing to eat them? You're willing to eat them, but so why aren't cats there? I'm not the one that has issues. Like, I don't have a favorite pet that's a duck or a favorite animal that's a duck. Well, obviously, I understand that, but would you eat a guinea pig? Well, that's right, you have. I had kangaroo. It was just in a stick, though, so it wasn't. I don't know, like, when you get something like in a like a pork stick. No, not on a stick, in a stick. Like, it was like a piece of beef jerky, or not even beef jerky, but like a sausage stick, and it was sausage and kangaroo. So, like, literally, it could have been 99% sausage and 1% kangaroo. Like, I don't really consider that eating kangaroo. It was like, you know, you're just saying it's in there. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I mean, mhm. Yeah, that was delicious, I bet. Yeah, yeah. So would you eat a cat, though? Like, even if it wasn't your cat, what about, like, and are we just talking, like, small house cats? Like, if somebody offered you, like, mountain lion, big cat, how about, like, a lynx, cheetah, and lower? So, like, if there was a lynx, you wouldn't eat it. Okay. So I don't run away from anything, so I'm good. No, no. I'm not gonna get away if I run. Yeah. So well, that and we've really pegged them as like creators of viruses, I mean, Outbreak the movie, you probably never seen that. It was a Dustin Hoffman movie. Uh-huh. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Never seen Blank Check? Yeah. Ooh, and Blank Check, it's been a long time since I've seen it. Okay. Nice. So there's a castle in San Antonio? But, I mean, there's a castle in Texas. I didn't know that there was even castle in the United States. Fair enough. Hmm. I thought you were mad at me. You haven't texted me to play video games. Like, yeah, it sure does. Me too. Oh, yeah? Like what? She was she menstruating? I mean, I'm just yeah, I mean, maybe. You always wonder about stuff like that. But was she, like, laying in bed, sitting there messing with her dog? Like, was she playing with it? Or 'cause I mean, I have a hard time, like, believing that they're both just laying there doing nothing, and all of a sudden the dog just turns and goes, "Rrr," and mauls her face. Like, have you have you ever seen I get that, but at least there's some kind of, like, reason behind it. Like, the fact that she didn't tell you that she was messing with her, they're both just laying there in bed and he turned and attacked her face, makes me believe that there's more to the story than that. I mean, maybe her husband fucking got tired of her and got tired of the dog too. I mean, no. Mhm. Yeah. Everybody needs to get put in their place, even people. Just gotta learn where the alpha is. Yeah, you messed with me since then? Yeah, well, I guaranteed it to happen. Well, that's just because at this point, I'm not gonna fight fair. Nobody is at this age. Yeah, it's a lose-lose. Well, yeah, but if you fight somebody that's, like, significantly older than you win, you beat up an old person. You lose, you got beat up by an old person. So, like, you lost either way, you know? That's why I never understood fighting women. Like, you're losing either way, you know? Like, nobody thinks you're tough because you can beat up a girl. Although there are some like, there's the one girl that plays on the rugby sevens teams for the Olympics. Yeah, I actually follow her on TikTok, but she is tough. She even was talking somebody was giving her shit because she's, like, got a BMI of, like, 30%, and she's like, "I'm 5'10", 200 pounds, and I'm 170 pounds of lean muscle." She's like, "You do the math." I wouldn't fuck with that dude either. Well, fighting can be worth it. There just has to be a good reason. You know, they stepped on your toe or something. They bit their thumb at you. Don't never seen Romeo and Juliet? Fair enough. Yes. I I would have preferred that he came back as Black Panther and his character from Tropic Thunder. I I get why they're doing it because their franchises kind of started flopping. Well, yeah, since well, they had the 10 rings, and that was a pretty decent one, but yeah, I mean, they haven't done a ton, and so they had to bring back some star power, and with the multiverses, they've got the ability to. You know? Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It'll be I'll be interested to see the range that Robert Downey Jr. has on it. Well, I don't know. I mean, it'll like I said, but I don't know, at the exact same time, because they can keep it as the same because he's his character just from a different multiverse. He actually just has to play the same character, just be a dick about it. He was, but at the exact same time, he was super nice. I mean, look what he did for Peter Parker, and I mean, but will they ruin it? Maybe it'll be great now. I mean, maybe he's going to be this phenomenal Doctor Doom and just kill it as the villain. Uh, John Krasinski. Fucking Jim. He did. He was I'd be excited if he comes back. I'd be super excited if that's him. Well, and I think that was in I saw a spoiler for Deadpool, which is also another I don't know if you saw this one or not and whether you want the spoiler or not. With Flame On. Yep. So, which is also a super interesting factor of it too, of him being multiple characters already in the MCU. He was. But then he was, I mean, and he was a fantastic Captain America too. So then, but then is that character coming to going to be playing a role in it? Because I think from what I've heard is the Deadpool X Men or Wolverine has something to do with the like it's part of the saga, like part of the trilogy, and like stuff that they're doing in there is going to lead to other stuff. What do you mean old things rehashed like that? Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to see that. I was super happy with how they did it, with the three of them coming together, but I don't want to see another. I don't want to see a solo Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. I'd be okay with. Yeah, that I'd be okay with watching. Like if he just made some few random appearances. Obviously, they'd have to have Garfunkel in there too. Hmm. Yeah, no, he's your least favorite Spider-Man because he was too good looking. I thought he was pretty nerdy in the shows and stuff. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, yeah. Spider-Man's one of your favorite? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. But he technically kind of always does win, he just loses first. Yeah, Aunt May, his uncle. Yeah, huh, never know. Yeah, I didn't think it was that good. Hmm, interesting. We are. It is that time. So, all right. Well, thank you all so much for stopping by. We did a little bit of talking about the Olympics and yeah, we did a lot of different stuff. So, we thank you all so much for stopping by. We will be back better than ever next Wednesday. Um with hopefully a fantastic topic for you. Best show ever is going to be next Wednesday. So tune in, tune out. Any final words, Tomas? Get the beatboxes. So, all right. Well, we will see you all next week back live better than ever.